Hey everyone, how are you all doing tonight? I'm going to post in our group that I am live. So if you're watching the recording, welcome. You might want to fast forward just a few minutes and then we'll be on to tonight's topic. Hello, welcome. If you guys want to comment as you come into the group, I hope my comment shows up tonight. I was trying to figure that out before I hopped on, but I'm not sure that that I did. Whoever hopped on, do you mind saying hey so I can see if I can if my comments are showing up? I still can't tell at this point. Oh, hey, Carrie. You can't hear me? Oh, I can see your comment. That's good. Oh, hold on. Okay, now can you hear me? I had my phone on silent. I didn't realize that it would do that. Just comment and let me know that you can hear me. Hopefully that fixed the issue. Okay, great. Thanks. I'm glad I can see comments. I hadn't been able to for some reason. Great. I'm just going to wait just another minute and see if anybody else hops on now. I know that some people, it takes a few minutes maybe to be notified that I'm on here. I hope you had a good day. Today was pretty good for me. I hate being inside though when it's so nice outside, but it went pretty well. Trying to look on Facebook and make sure I didn't have anything coming up. Welcome. If you're just hopping on, let me know that you're here by saying hello. A lot of times it doesn't let me know who's on. And we'll get started in just a few seconds. Oh, you had a window at work? A window up at work, yeah. It felt really good outside. It's kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's almost springtime now, but I feel like it's been spring, like we didn't have a winter really. Welcome those of you that are hopping on in. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know it's a little bit after 8:30. Hey Danielle, I'm glad you could get on. Just going to go ahead and get started with the information because I try to get done in 45 minutes, but a lot of times it doesn't happen. So, hey Latan, I'm glad you could join in. And I'm so glad I can see my comments. That makes me so happy. I don't know what's up with it when I can't, but I'm glad that I can see them. So if you're hopping on in, let me know that you're here just by saying hi, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the class. So just wanted to welcome you all. Thanks for joining me tonight just to learn a little bit more, whether you've already used essential oils and you just want to know more, or you really know nothing about essential oils. It should be beneficial either way. I hope that you learned something new if you've already been using them, or if not, just try to teach you some of the basics, you know, what oils are, how to use them safely, the differences between brands that you might see, and then just give you some few short tips on the top 10 oils and some of my favorites. Unless you guys have any questions, I would love to kind of tailor the class to you guys that are on live. So if you have any certain topic that you want me to talk about, I'll be glad to do that as well. So first of all, I wanted to thank Melissa for getting this class together. I've added a few people as well, so you know, just glad that you all are here. Melissa and I know each other because she grew up with my sister, but obviously we're from the same hometown, and so just love her and her sister to death, and so I really appreciate her getting this together for me. I think she's been using essential oils for a few years now, but probably just like any of us, want to know more about them, want to know more how to use what she already has. So thank you, Melissa, again. So just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. So I am from a small town in Georgia. Most of you are from around here, but sometimes I have people in classes that aren't from around here. So I love living here and raising my family here. It's definitely a different way of life, but I love it. So I have 2 young kids. I have an almost 5-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. And so, having my daughter really kind of initiated all of this, I guess you could say, and made me kind of want to get back to the natural side a little bit more. It's interesting, though, because I'm actually a pharmacist by profession, and I think a lot of people kind of don't know how to take that, I guess, when I'm, teaching these classes, and obviously I'm very passionate about natural health. I see every time I work in the pharmacy, I don't work as much now as I used to, but I see how flawed that system is, and how it doesn't really allow your body to do what it wants to do. It doesn't allow it to actually heal itself. And so that is exactly what essential oils do. They actually allow your body to heal theirself and give it what it needs. And so in knowing that, I feel like I'm serving people in a much better way by teaching them how to actually work with their body and listen to it rather than just fight against it. And it really fulfills me in every way. And so I'm so glad that I had this opportunity to be with you tonight. I love teaching classes. I've been teaching them for about 3.5 or 4 years now. I knew nothing about essential oils before I got started. My anniversary, when I first was introduced to essential oils was like a couple weeks ago. So that was 4 years ago. I love learning about them. I feel like I learn new things every single day. So just wanted to share some of that with you tonight. Like I said, please feel free to ask questions. I'm going to be going just over some of the very basic things, but if you want to know something more, or you've already been using them and something's come up, please feel free to comment and let me know what that is, and we'll definitely kind of dive deeper into that. Probably my biggest success with essential oils, I didn't have any huge health concern before this, or really have, I just wanted to really reduce the toxic load in my home and try to, things that would come up, just treat them naturally rather than just always running to the doctor, running to the drugstore, different things like that. So, but I feel like one of my biggest stories would be with, trying to conceive and trying to balance my hormones. So I had a good bit of trouble getting pregnant with my daughter, and so I didn't have oils then. But when I had my son, I really knew that I, wanted to kind of focus on that, obviously, and get that under control, and used a blend called Clary Calm. It's still one of my favorite blends. It's here it is right here. It's the monthly blend for women, and it was something that just really I felt like worked great for that. It has a lot of oils in there that help affect hormones throughout your cycle and different it works in amazing ways. I did a lot of research with that, and so was able to conceive in 2 months with my son and had a great pregnancy. And I really do think these helped a lot with that. So that's probably my biggest success story. But, with all that being said, let's just dive right in. So first off, what are essential oils? They are really simply put, they are from things in nature. So they're from trees and barks and stems, roots of plants, the peel of a citrus fruit. So, if you squeeze a lemon rind and you see the spray that comes off of that, that's what the essential oil is. And you smell, it's very fragrant. And that's exactly, they're used a lot in aromatherapy. You might have heard of that. But, they were used as nature's medicines thousands of years ago. And so I think it's interesting that it's kind of come full circle. How do we get these essential oils from the plants and fruits? You can actually, the citrus rinds are cold pressed, but most of them are steam distilled. And all that really means is they're put in a large steam bath and steamed at the right temperature so that the oil releases from the plant and it rises to the top, and that's what is skimmed off and can be used, and bottled as an essential oil. If you look at it in comparison to herbs, herb is the entire plant powdered and put in a capsule or a tea that we would drink. And essential oils are about 50 to 70 times stronger than herbs. And that's why, people maybe often start with herbs as far as they want to do something more natural. They want to take that approach, but you have to use so much of that to actually see a result, and they don't see that result, so they think natural solutions don't work. Whereas if you were to try an essential oil that was in its purest form, you only need 1 to 2 drops at any given time. And because they're so concentrated and because they work with the body so well, that's how you see these amazing results and very quick. When used correctly and used safely, they have very little side effects. And all that combined is why people are so much more interested in essential oils now. And just to talk a little bit about that, you might think you see all these people, talking about them now, and you see them on shelves, and you might wonder, what's up with this? Is this just a fad? Do these actually work? And it's a very valid, question, because if I didn't know and have so much experience with them, I would think the same thing. But the thing is, like I said, these have been used for thousands of years. And, to think back to what our ancestors used and, even in the biblical times, I mean, most of the other parts of the world have used these for centuries. They never stopped using them. But something about us Americans, we just try to do things differently and try to take things into our own hands. But the truth is that when we get back to what they were doing, even the way we eat, it's just better for us. And so to say that these are a fad, I think it's because people basically are almost being forced to look in a different direction, because what we're doing is just simply not working. You see all these disease rates rises. You just see these scary statistics about where we're headed as a country, as a nation. It is scary. And so people do want, to look at different things because of that. Somebody like myself, I never really, had to take much medication or go to the doctor much, but I just knew that I wanted to raise my children in a different environment. I wanted to take care of myself in a different way. And so when you put those two together, you have a large group of people that are looking to live life and kind of take care of their body in a different way. And so I feel like that's exactly why people are more interested in essential oils, and also why you see a lot more companies trying to, get in on this. They're trying to cash in on what people are interested in. And we'll get into why, it matters when you buy different brands and what the difference is in a little bit. But going into kind of how you use essential oils. So there's 3 different ways you can use them. The first one is probably the most simple in my opinion. It's aromatically, and that just means that you put them into the air and you smell them through your nose. So the easiest way to do this probably would be to put these in a diffuser. And it's kind of similar to a humidifier if you're more familiar with that. But all it is just it has a little basin for water. You put some water in it. You put 3 to 5 drops of essential oil. You don't need much because these are so concentrated. You put the cap back on and you turn it on, for, up to probably 8 or 10 hours some range of time. And what it does is it just creates a fine mist that it puts the essential oils into the air. And they stay suspended in the air for, even up to an hour. And even if you can't smell them, you're still getting those benefits, which is great, because if you think about, putting these into the air for a long period of time, you're getting the benefits for that period of time, versus if you were to just open the cap and smell it straight from the bottle. That's one way you can use it aromatically, but the effects don't last that long. And so lots of people love to use diffusers. When you put them into the air, they actually can cleanse the air. So they can, if there's germs or if there's different particles in the air, if there's a smell in the air, it can really help with all of those things as far as air purification goes. Also, when we diffuse oils and we inhale them through our nose, it goes straight to our limbic system. And what that controls is our mood and our emotions. It can also even control our the hormones that are produced in our body, our blood pressure, all kinds of different things that, when you, a lot of times people just want to, replace their candles, which is a great thing to do. Candles are very toxic to us in our home environment, but, they just want that smell, and they do smell great. I mean, many of these smell wonderful, and you can, make different scents, and it's great, but you think about, just wanting them to smell good, but all these other benefits that you're getting, it's really, a win-win situation when you diffuse oils in your home. It's a great way to get them around kids and children, and just really everybody gets the benefits, and it's very easy to do. So that's one of the most popular ways to use oils. Now the second way that you could use them would be topically. And again, those are the top two ways, in my opinion, to use them. Topically, sometimes people get overwhelmed. Where do I put it? And do I need to dilute it? We'll talk about that in a minute. All of these things, but it really doesn't have to be that complicated. Yes, these are concentrated. You only need, 1 to 2 drops at any given time, but these are also, in the same sense, very gentle, most of them. Some of them are hot, and we'll talk about that too. But, just don't make it rocket science. If you don't know where to put these, I always tell people to put them on the bottom of their feet, because there's very large pores on the bottom of your feet, and there's a lot of them. So it's going to get absorbed very easily. And anything that we put on our skin gets absorbed into our bloodstream. You think about lotions and all these different things. Even things in the air can actually get absorbed in our skin. So that's another reason why it's important to think about what you're putting on your skin as far as personal care products, even on your kids, different things like that. Danielle asked, how many diffusers does an average home need? I have one in every bedroom and then one in the main living area. Most diffusers cover about 300 to 500 square feet, so it just depends. I find that works well for me because I can put them in my kids' rooms, and then I have one in my room that I can turn on at night. I know that might seem like a lot. You don't have to get those all at once. You could, say if you just had maybe even 2, you could use one in the kitchen and the den area during the day and move it somewhere at night. So, but that would be my probably, I guess, a goal would be to have 3 or 4 in the home, in the average home. So as far as topical use, put them on the bottom of your feet. The skin on there is less sensitive as well. So if you don't know where to put them and you want to use them, put them on the bottom of your feet. It's going to get absorbed into your bloodstream, and that's how they work. When we, use essential oils in any way, aromatically, topically, the last way is internal that we'll talk about next, but, they get into your bloodstream, and that's how they work. They actually affect your cells at the deepest level. I like to equate it to something like when you eat fresh food. Your body knows exactly what to do with that because it can recognize the food. It doesn't have to break it down. It puts it to work right away. That's why when you eat something like that, you feel energy right away because your body knows how to use it. And that is similar to how essential oils work. If your cells, need something, these are able to communicate with it. I know that, I don't want to get too scientific, but, just supporting yourself at that cellular level, that's how you get an overall health benefit. And you can see the different effects from that when you use essential oils. So going back to topical use, if you wanted to put it where it hurts, that's another great way to use them topically. Say you had a head, your head wasn't feeling well, your shoulders were tight, your stomach didn't feel well, you could put it right where it hurts. Something like Digestin is the digestive blend. And I think it works the best just putting it right there on your stomach because, it gets to the area quicker, and to me, it works faster if you do it that way. I know you can't always do it, if you have overall body issues, you just weren't feeling well, you could use them in a different way. But if you have a specific area that's not feeling good, you could put it right there. Now, just to talk really quickly about oil safety. So some of these are they're called hotter oils. Think about it like a jalapeno pepper. It's kind of burns your skin a little bit and it might tingle. That's kind of how some of these oils are. Like specifically, I don't have it right here, but oregano is one of the hottest oils that there is really. It's one of the strongest. So you would always want to dilute that on your skin because if you think about putting 1 drop of oil, it's very concentrated on your skin, and sometimes that's just too much. For if the oil's hot or if your skin is more sensitive, you just need to dilute it and disperse the oil over a larger area of skin. So the way that you would do that would be to use a carrier oil. That would be something like coconut oil is probably the most popular. olive oil, almond oil, anything like that, because the fat molecules in those type of oils are going to weigh the essential oil down, first of all, because essential oils are very aromatic. So you can tell that if you open a bottle of, just say, peppermint. It's one of the most aromatic oils. You can smell it right away. And so if you weight it down with that carrier oil, you can get the most use out of it. It doesn't evaporate in the air, and it also gets over a larger area of your skin. So those are all great reasons to dilute. You know, you would normally just put a small amount in your palm, put a drop of essential oil, and then just rub it wherever you wanted to. So that's kind of really basic how you dilute oils. You know, that's really the basics on topical use. Don't make it too complicated. It's just kind of put it where it hurts, or either put it on the bottom of your feet is what I usually do. Or your wrist is another great area to put it. So moving on to internal use. Internal use is something that may be different to you, especially if you've used another brand of essential oils, or if you're new. You know, it might seem you just haven't heard about it a lot, and that's normal. I mean, that's common. Savannah asks, so do you mix oils and coconut oil in a roller bottle? Yes. So you can either, like, say you didn't have a roller bottle, or just say you didn't have whatever you needed mixed up. That's a fast way to do it, is just to put a little bit of coconut oil in your hand and then put a drop of essential oil and then rub it wherever it hurts. But you're asking, you know, could you put it in a roller bottle? And yes, people love to mix up roller bottles because it's very easy. Say you used, you know, a certain blend or a certain oil that you wanted to dilute, maybe On Guard, you use it on your kids a lot, and you wanted to just keep it in a roller bottle. That would be a great thing to do. This is what they kind of look like. You can pop the cap off this, you can fill it with the carrier oil, and then put the essential oils in there, and then you can just rub it wherever you want it. You also don't have to get on your hands. Some people, you know, you don't want to have to go wash your hands after or whatever. So that's a great thing to do, you know, that kind of makes it easier. I hope that answered your questions. So as far as internal use, you know, doTERRA is really, they kind of changed the essential oil industry, really, because to use an essential oil internally, it has to be in its purest form. And we'll talk a little bit about different brands after I talk about internal use. But, you know, when I'm talking it and recommending these things, I don't recommend any other brand other than the one that I use, because lots of them have fillers and different things like that. You would never want to use those internally, especially. So the ways that you can use them internally, my favorite way probably is I just put oils in my water every day. So this is my water bottle. My husband makes fun of me. I carry it everywhere. So, and it's stainless. So you would want to use glass or stainless steel if you are using oils in your drinking water, because lots of these, especially lemon is one of the, you know, the ones that does this the most. They'll actually start to break down plastic and synthetic products. So you don't want that floating around in your water. You're trying to, like, decrease your toxic load, not increase it. So you wouldn't want to put those in plastic. You would want to stick with glass or stainless steel. But putting a few drops of a citrus essential oil is one of, you know, that's what a lot of people love to do on a daily basis. It's going to help cleanse your body. It's going to just, you know, increase your energy. It does a lot of different things for you. So that's one of my favorite ways to use them internally on a daily basis. Other reasons why you might want to use them internally, maybe just if you weren't feeling well. You know, I usually stick with aromatic or topical use because I feel like it's very effective. But if I'm feeling under the weather, if I'm just not feeling myself, I kind of, you know, feel like something's coming on, I'll definitely switch to internal use, because I feel like it just supports your body at a deeper level. If you did want to do that, you could put the oils in a small amount of water, but some of these don't taste very good. So they actually make empty gel capsules that you can pop the top off on, you can put the essential oils inside, and then pop the cap back on and swallow it like a pill. And you don't taste them. So that's a popular way to take them internally if you wanted to do that. But, you know, those are really the main ways to take them internally. And like I said, it's really just to support your body on a deeper level. Now, very quickly, before we get into talking about kind of the different, you know, some of the most popular oils and their uses, I wanted to talk a little bit about why doTERRA. And so, you know, when you think about the essential oil industry, it's not regulated by the FDA. So that means that they can, you know, companies can put different things on the labels that might not necessarily be 100% accurate. If you look at the bottles that you might see on the store shelves, they're going to say maybe 100% pure. They're going to say all these fancy names, and you might think, well, I'm just going to try that. It might be cheaper. It might be a bigger bottle. But, since the FDA doesn't regulate these, they don't have to put, they only have to put a small amount of the actual pure essential oil in there to be labeled as 100% pure. And I know it shouldn't be like that, but that's just how it is. And so most of the time you're just paying for water or a carrier oil or something like that. It's not a very high quality plant either. So, when you think about a bottle this size and one that may be, 3 or 4 times that size, and it costs less, that's why you're going to have to use 1 drop of this oil, and you're going to have to use about 15 or 20 drops of the other oil to kind of even get the same effect or any effect. So that's first of all, it's just a watered down product. But really, doTERRA wanted to change the industry. They wanted to be something that, a company that could be trusted, that basically they were going to provide the best oils that there were in the world. Because to be used therapeutically, these are going to have to be the highest quality oils, and so that's what they wanted to do. So they kind of separated themselves in 3 different ways. So when you think about a plant and that is used to make the essential oil, where do they source that from? Where does it come from? That makes a big difference, because a plant that's grown out of its original habitat, or where it grows in the wild, it's going to have to be fertilized in some way, watered in some way. The soil conditions are going to be different. All those things really matter when you think about getting the highest quality plant. And how concentrated these are, that just magnifies the differences in these plants. So what doTERRA did was they went out and searched the entire world, the globe, and found where these plants grow indigenously, and that means in the wild they don't need any help to grow. So you're going to get the highest quality plant that that Mother Nature has to offer, pretty much. So another thing they do is when they're out there, I think they source from 40 countries, and then half of those are third world countries. So very, very poor conditions. And so when they go in these places, they actually give them, different support that they need, whether that's running water or, a place to sleep, a school, something like that. So they give back to the community, which is, I think, amazing. Then thirdly, the tests that they do. So they do 7 different tests from the time that it's harvested to the time that we can purchase the bottle. And all that really ensures, at a high level look, is that when you purchase a bottle of lavender, you don't have to worry about the next bottle that you purchase that it's going to be different. It's going to be the same every single time. And those dependable results are exactly why people that are doing studies on essential oils, or doctors that use these, they want results that are going to be the same each and every time. They can't be testing a product that's going to change. They're not going to get accurate results. So that's why all of these people only want to work with doTERRA. So not to get too long-winded, but it really does matter what brand you choose. I know some people think it doesn't, but honestly, just if you're going to use these on yourself and your kids, wouldn't you want to get the best thing? Your health is something that is very important. I mean, it is to me. I hope it is to you. So that's kind of why I chose doTERRA, and why it's, for me, and other people did too. So moving on into the different oils that I want to talk about tonight. So I'd love to know, if when I start talking about these, like if you already use them, how you use them, or, what your favorite way is, or even, as I talk about them, which one you're most excited about trying. So I'm going to go on into, I'm going to pick some different ones tonight, because I've got some favorites that I wanted to talk about that I don't normally talk about. So I'm going to switch it up. Okay, first one, or first 2 actually, I'm going to talk about both of these, are the citrus oils. These are my 2 favorite ones. They are not grapefruit, I was just looking at grapefruit, lemon and wild orange. So they actually have 4 citrus oils, those 2, and then lime and grapefruit. And they're all good, but these are probably my top favorites. And I spoke a little bit about why I like to put them in my water, but when you use these, just in general, I mean, the smell alone just, increases your mood. It just increases your energy. it's just amazing what it can do if you're kind of in a slump. It's crazy. So using these daily in the diffuser or in your water is just something you can do to kind of give you that boost that you need, and do some internal cleansing as well. We all definitely need to help our body out with that, because we kind of treat it badly sometimes with whatever we put in our body. So it's really important that we help it out in that way. Lemon specifically is great for cleaning your house as well. I used to love to use cut lemons to clean with. I know a lot of people are familiar with that. And so this is kind of along the same lines. So you can use this in the kitchen. I use it a lot in there. It cuts through grease really, really well. It can help take off the pesticides and dirt off fruits and vegetables that you buy at the supermarket. You could come home and make a little bath with some water, some lemon essential oil, and kind of make a soak. And it actually helps to lift any of the pesticides and dirt and wax even off of your fruits and vegetables, and it helps extend the shelf life too. So that's one way that I love to use lemon. So I'm only going to give you a few tips because I could sit here and talk all night about each one of these, so didn't want to make it too overwhelming. So the next one is lavender, and it's probably one that you've heard about before, obviously. Yes, Latan said lemon cleans window streaks well. It does. I like to use it with vinegar and water and some lemon essential oil, and you can make your own like glass cleaner. You can clean your whole house with these. So that's definitely could be a whole other topic, but I love to clean with lemon especially. It's one of my favorites. So lavender is great for all things calming. That you probably know that just because it's in a lot of calming bath and bedtime products, pillow sprays or bedtime washes and things for babies. So it is a very calming oil. It definitely smells different than you might think it would, because I was used to smelling the synthetic version. It smells a lot different. It just smells more earthy, and now I love this smell that it has to it. But calming is one of the things that, definitely this will be your first go-to. So if you were trying to, get a good night's sleep or just calm your emotions, maybe you had anxiousness, during the day, you could use lavender. It smells great diffused. It can definitely help you drift off to sleep and stay asleep. It also helps with calming your skin. So if you have any sort of burn or cut or scrape or even like a bug bite, it really helps a lot with that. And it's one of the most gentle oils. A lot of people don't have to dilute this one. And so it's great to use with kids. I mean, I think all moms need lavender. At least, if they only had to get one, lavender is one of the most versatile oils that there is. Lavender also has a very high antihistamine component to it. So it's great this time of year, really any time of year now. It seems like we have seasonal kind of symptoms all throughout the year, but it's great for that itchy feeling that you might have on your face, or if you wanted to, if you just had that overall, allergy kind of symptoms going on, combining lavender with lemon and peppermint is a great combination. And I know a lot of people that get great results with that, and I do as well. So that's something that I use all the time. Yes, Danielle, it's one of my favorite oils still to this day. I mean, I think I have all that they offer, but I still use lavender all the time. Yes, Melissa asked, is it good for eczema? It is. Lavender and Melaleuca is probably the first things that I would recommend for eczema, because lavender is going to help soothe the skin. It's going to help get rid of some of that itchy feeling. And then Melaleuca actually helps with it has a lot of antibacterial and antifungal components to it. So it's going to help heal the skin as well. So those are two of my favorites to use for eczema and different things skin related. Yes, Daniel, you're going to ask for oils for skincare. Yes. So I would say I use that they make skincare systems, and so that's what that doTERRA does, and they put essential oils in that. And so I use the Virage skin system and love it. And so that's my favorite by far. But if you wanted to use an essential oil in your skincare routine that you already had, maybe you wanted to use that up and then switch to something else, frankincense is probably my favorite to use in that, and lavender. If you had acne also, Melaleuca is great for acne. So there's a lot of essential oils, even in these basic ones that I was talking about, that you could use in your skincare routine. But, if you had a specific question about, fine lines or wrinkles or age spots or acne or something. I could probably answer that more, but there are a lot that are good for skincare. Okay, so Melaleuca, we were just talking about that a little bit. It is great for acne. It's great for skin issues as well because it's going to come in and help cleanse the skin. And to use it with the lavender, that's going to help calm the skin. So they really do work well together. It can be used for, like I said, acne, or it can be used for like fungal related things, more so like athlete's foot. It can be used for if you had dandruff, different things like that. If your kids have, God forbid they had a lice outbreak or something, it can help with that. That's making my head itch right now just thinking about it. I made a spray to put in my daughter's hair before she went to school when she came home and said somebody had bugs in their hair. So you can use that as a preventative as well. And a lot of people love to clean with Melaleuca. It's known as tea tree oil, so you may have heard it used, in that form. But it's great for cleaning because it does have all those good antibacterial, antifungal components to it. Okay, so frankincense is the last single oil that I was going to talk about. And frankincense, it's one of those oils that it has so many different components to it that is good for, it's just good for overall health, but just so many other things. They say when in doubt, use frankincense. So it has a very high anti-inflammatory component to it. So if you know that all disease starts from inflammation, you can understand why it will be really good for overall health. And so I love putting 1 drop of frankincense under my tongue every single morning. I put it right beside my toothbrush so I don't forget it. You could also put it on the bottom of your feet every day. It's just a great one to use for overall health. It passes the blood-brain barrier as well, so it can help with neural inflammation and all the things that that can kind of cause, and the different things caused by neural inflammation it can help with. So can't go into all that for compliance reasons, but it's a great oil to use for overall health. It also, I mentioned, was great for skin health because it helps the collagen turn over in your skin, and it helps the elasticity. And so putting a drop in your moisturizer that you already have is a great way to get the benefits of frankincense. And a lot of people do that and can tell a difference almost immediately. Their skin is, just brighter. They can tell that it's firmer. So it's a great thing to use in your moisturizer too. Melissa says she diffuses lavender at night, and you also rub it on Jason's shoulders. Yes. Lavender, I'm telling you, it's so versatile. And I use it at least, like multiple times a day. My daughter uses it all the time. And I love to give her the little roller bottles. They make some of these in pre-diluted roller bottles. They're called the Touch Kit. And they're just great for kids. I love showing her how she can take care of herself. And she knows which ones to get. It's really great. Okay, so I wanted to talk about a few of the blends. Yeah, you use frankincense in your moisturizer? It is. Yeah, it's interesting if you've never smelled frankincense. It definitely is a different smell. It's from the sap of a tree, so it's a very woodsy smell, but I love it now. Couldn't say I really loved it at first, but I definitely love it now. Okay, so the first blend that we were going to talk about is Breathe, and it's called the Respiratory Blend, and it has different oils in it that are great for respiratory health. It has like eucalyptus and cardamom and lemon. It really helps to open up your airways if you have congestion or cough. It's a great thing to diffuse. You actually can't take this one internally, and so I forgot to mention that when we were talking about internal use. So if you look on the bottle of frankincense per se, it has a supplement facts box on there. And that just means that you can take it internally. And the ones that you cannot don't have a supplement facts box on there. So that's how you would know the difference. Most of them you can take internally, but some of them you can't. Breathe blend. So I love to diffuse this one. It smells really good. It kind of smells like Vicks Salve a little bit because it has that eucalyptus in it. But it's great for just keeping your airways open at night, especially for your kids if they have issues with coughing or congestion at night. It's really a great thing to diffuse. Danielle, so you're telling your other secrets. That's right. Melissa's been using it for a long time. She's very knowledgeable. So Breathe, you could also use it topically. They make a Breathe stick that's like a little gel kind of thing that you can put right here on your chest, and it's a great thing to use on kids too. So I love using Breathe, especially in the diffuser. Okay, so On Guard is another favorite, especially of moms. This is really, I think, why I kind of wanted to get essential oils to begin with anyway, and then I realized they can be used for everything, and then I fell in love with them. But I wanted to get them because I was always so worried that my daughter was going to get sick, and what was I going to do, and all of these things. I mean, I guess I don't really know why I was so worried about it, but On Guard is one that is called a protective blend. So it really has a lot of oils in it that are very high in antioxidants. So they help boost your immune system so it works better, and just can help fight off different things that we come in contact with, so we don't catch every little thing that, that we come in contact with. So using this one daily is great as well, especially during this time of year. We're kind of coming out of that a little bit, but so many things going around. So it's great to just to help your body fight off those things. Putting some in a roller bottle is a great idea. Somebody asked that earlier. And this is one of the things that people love to put in a roller bottle and use on their kids, either at night or in the morning, just to use it every day to help boost that immune system. I just saw my mother-in-law on Breathe because I stuck a diffuser in by her head, and so she could sleep better. Yes. Oh, I forgot to mention, Breathe is great for anybody that snores. If you have a husband that snores or anybody in the house, put a little bit either in a diffuser, or you could put some, and this might sound crazy, you could put some on their big toe. And what that does is a sensory point for your nose and head, and so it actually opens up your airways, and they can breathe better. So whenever you get your oils, you can try that and report back. I've heard great success from that. Yeah, you definitely need this. You're a big germaphobe. I know. I mean, and it's interesting that we try to combat germs with, hand sanitizer and antibacterial soaps and, chemical cleaners. But what that does when you use a cleaner like that is it actually strips off all the bacteria from those surfaces and from your hands. And it doesn't leave that layer of good bacteria that you actually need that's going to help be protective and doesn't, allow the bad bacteria to stick as much. And so when you use something natural like On Guard to clean with, or you can actually make a hand sanitizer with it, it really does allow, to just fight off the bad germs and kind of keep those at bay, and then leave, it doesn't strip off all that good bacteria. So just a little interesting kind of look at that. But On Guard is one that is so popular because people love to use it on their kids, but they also love to clean with it. Like I said, it has all those good oils that have antibacterial, antiviral components to them, and can really help to clean your house and keep it kind of protected. It's called a protective blend, and it can do that to your own body. So just a very loved blend. A lot of people love to use On Guard. You have a Rainbow vacuum and a Rainmate. Yes. A lot of people have those now and use essential oils in them as well. So you could, I know they come with essential oils, but obviously these are a lot better. So you could use these in there in place of that. Okay, so Digest Zen is the next blend I was going to talk about. Digest Zen is a digestive blend, and I mentioned rubbing it right on your stomach because it does work so well. Just rub right there. But anytime you have anything really digestive related, so from whether it's constipation to diarrhea, I mean there's a wide range of things that go on, in between that too. But it has different oils because it's a blend, so it really does work with your body and help bring it back to balance, whatever is going on. So it's a great one to use in any instance that you need, digestive support. Oh, I didn't know you had a Rainbow, Beth. Yeah. Okay, so next to last blend that I was going to discuss is Deep Blue. And Deep Blue is called the Soothing Blend, and it's one that I use all the time. I didn't think I would use it quite as much, but I love to use Deep Blue. Just, if I have tight muscles, like my neck gets tight a lot, or I worked out too hard, not too hard, maybe just hard, and my muscles are sore, or it's that time of the month and my stomach hurts or my back hurts or whatever. And so this is the one that you could not use internally, so you would just want to rub it on topically, and you would rub it wherever it hurts. You would want to maybe dilute this with some, coconut oil, or put it in some lotion so you could get it on a larger area. But definitely is a great one to use on anything like that, aches or pains. You can even use it before you work out, and it actually helps to loosen up your muscles so they don't get so tight during your workout if you have problems with that. So it's a great one to use in a lot of different situations. I love Deep Blue. And it actually has its own special this month. So I'll talk a little bit about that at the end. I can tell you how you can actually get that one for free. So lastly, but not least, Slim and Sassy. I wanted to talk about this one really quickly. This is interesting because this is the first blend that I tried, I think, when I first got my oils. And I was like, I was so excited I was going to try it. And I got me a little bit of water and I probably put 5 or 6 drops of Slim and Sassy in there and tasted it, and it tasted terrible. And I was like, from then on, for like 3 years, I was like, I don't like Slim and Sassy. Like, I just don't use it a lot. But then I started kind of thinking, well, why did I think that? You know, I mean, I just used too much of it. I'm going to revisit this oil. And let me tell you, I've fallen back in love with Slim and Sassy because it's called the Metabolic Blend. And this one is great for anybody that wants to, you know, maybe lose some weight or just stay at a healthy weight. It has oils in it. It has lemon and grapefruit and peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. And they put all these oils together because they all perform something different that help your body kind of, you know, maintain the weight or either lose weight. So cinnamon is great for blood sugar control. Even a lot of people that are diabetic like to use Slim and Sassy because it has that cinnamon in there that's going to help kind of control their blood sugar. Lemon, we already talked about lemon was great for detoxifying. Grapefruit is great for sugar cravings, and that's a lot of the times why I love to use Slim and Sassy, especially in the afternoon, because I like to eat sweets in the afternoon. It has the ginger, which is great for digestive support, and peppermint is good for energy. It actually gives you and helps you kind of have that energy that you need. So that's what I love to use it for. I like to use it in the afternoon because it helps me with sugar cravings and just not being as hungry. And then the peppermint gives me energy as well. And sometimes in the afternoon we need that. Also, some people don't know this and don't use it this way. I love to put Slim and Sassy in some unscented lotion, doTERRA sells unscented lotion that you can use with essential oils. And so I'll put a little bit of that in my palm and put a couple of drops of this blend, and I'll rub it like on my problem areas or like, you know, wherever I have cellulite pretty much, because the grapefruit helps a lot to diminish the appearance of cellulite. And so it actually helps the toxins that are trapped in your skin in a fat cell. That's what your body does when you eat different foods that it doesn't, you know, it's kind of foreign to them. It tries to tuck it away into a fat cell. And so this actually helps to release that, and so you can, you know, hopefully firm up in those areas and maybe lose a little bit of weight. So love to use Slim and Sassy, and have, like I said, I've fallen back in love with it. Yes, Melissa, you love to use Deep Blue. I like the way it smells too. I love the way Deep Blue smells. It smells like, I mean, it kind of does smell a little bit like Bengay, but obviously it's definitely, it has the wintergreen in it. That's a component that kind of smells the same a little bit, but very, very beneficial. I love that oil. So I'd love to know from you, those of you that are still on, you know, which one are you most excited about trying, or, you know, maybe if you've already used these, which one are your favorite? Would love to kind of hear from you. I know we're not in the room together, but thank you for commenting. I love to get interaction on these. You know, it's the next best thing, I think. While you're commenting, sometimes it takes a few minutes to come up. I'm going to go ahead and go into, you know, we talked about all of these things. You know, how do you get these into your home? Because some people are ready right now. You know, some people they already know that they want to kind of take this step. Some people are like, well, I don't know, I'm going to have to think about it. And that's fine. I'm glad that you were all here. I'm glad that hopefully you learned something. And I thank you for joining us and just being with us tonight. So, yeah, you need some Slim and Sassy for sure. I mean, I love it, especially like this time of year. I think we're all thinking about, oh, we got to get in a bathing suit and all these different things. So I just love that it helps me not eat as much in the afternoon, because we all have those times that we want to eat more. And so that's when I want to eat, you know, just snack when I'm not even hungry. So it definitely helps me with that. So if that's you and you're thinking, how do I get these? I need these. You know, that was me. So doTERRA makes it extremely easy. So the way that you get started is with a wholesale membership. That's the cheapest way to purchase oils. That's what pretty much everybody does, because membership pretty much pays for itself in the first order or two, for sure. Let me answer this. Oh, you're welcome, Savannah. I'm glad that you joined. With the membership fee, it's very similar to a Sam's Club membership. So it's something that you pay that one-time fee, and then for the whole rest of the year, you're going to get 25% off the retail price. So, whether you pay that $35 and add, a couple oils onto it if you want to start, with just one or two, or most people do an enrollment kit. And what that is that puts the fee with the products that they bundle together that will really give you the best start. I mean, people ask me what the best way to get started is. It's definitely the kits that they put together, because they put those oils together because they're going to they're going to help you have the best way to get started. If you get a bottle or two of oil and that's great, and you're trying those, but then something else happens and you're like, well, I wish I would have had On Guard, because I don't feel good. I wanted to kind of, help my immune system with that. And you don't have it, you just can't experience what it's like to make them part of your lifestyle. And that's why I really encourage people to, get started with one of those kits. They discount the price too, of the products when they're bundled together. So a lot of times that membership fee is waived. So I was going to go over two of my favorite kits, and then the different promotions, and then I'm going to do a giveaway. And then after I get off, I'll post all of these enrollment kits so you can look at them and see which one best fits your needs. But I was going to talk about two of my favorites. So my first one that I feel like is one of the best ways to get started and the most popular is the Natural Solutions Kit. And it's most popular because it has oils in it, but it also has different products. Because if you're thinking about decreasing the toxic load in your home, that kind of spreads a little bit more than just a couple bottles of oil. Now, some people like to do that more all at once. Some people like to do it gradually. Either way, it does give you the best start possible. So the Natural Solutions Kit has a bigger diffuser that runs longer. It has some of the hand wash, some of the face wash. It has some of the other oils, like it has Clary Calm and Balance. Some of the ones that are kind of different than just the standard ones. So that's why a lot of people love to get started with that. Also, you get $100 in free oils with the Natural Solutions Kit too. The second most popular kit is the Home Essentials Kit. And this has the 10 most basic oils in it, plus the diffuser. So this is an extremely popular one because it has that diffuser in it. And you really need a diffuser when you're first getting started, because it's such an easy way to get the oils in and around you, and you don't really have to think too much about it. You just kind of put the water in and the oils and turn it on. So that's why that's one of the most popular kits. And just a heads up, when you're looking at these, some of the smaller kits have the little bottles. Those are the 5 ml bottles. And the Home Essentials Kit has the bigger bottles, and the Natural Solutions does too. But if you're looking at those, that's the different sizes of them. And so you're getting about 3 times the amount of oil plus a diffuser in the Home Essentials Kit. That's why it's, one of the ones that most people go with. But with either one of these kits, I did mention that about the Deep Blue. That's a promotion that doTERRA has this month, whether, one of those or another one of equal value. It's 200 PV, and I'm going to post that and kind of what that means when I get off. But with that amount that you purchase or get started with, you're going to get a free Deep Blue rub and also a free roller bottle of Deep Blue. So that's something that they don't do a lot. It's just a special for this month, and it's actually valued at $95. So it's a really, really great deal and a great time to get started with doTERRA if that's something that you are looking to do. I know that I've added some people and that Melissa has, so whoever added you to the class, or whoever you've been working with, just get with that person and we'll be glad to help you. Just, if you have more questions, or if you don't know which one is best for you, if you, whatever you need, we'll be happy to help you with that. And then lastly, just to talk about kind of, what are the other membership benefits. You might think, well, I don't know if I need a membership, and, do I really want to spend that amount? All of those things I understand. But let me just tell you other things that come with a membership, because if you're new to essential oils, it can be overwhelming. You get all these bottles, you don't really know what to do with them, you need some help. That is why you kind of work with somebody. That's why doTERRA is in this model, because if they put these on the shelves, nobody would know what to do with them. So that's why you actually work with someone, and they can provide you with that support. And if you have a question, you can contact them. We also have a very active Facebook group that will as you to, that we're constantly providing support and knowledge, and you can ask questions in. So it's definitely a lot more than just that fee that you get, and you get the savings. So just keep all that in mind when you think about kind of what is best for you. With all of that being said, those of you that are still on, please just comment and say I'm here, and I'm going to do a giveaway for you all that are on. This is absolutely essential. It's called The Essential Life Book, because it is essential to have if you are looking to kind of get started or just continue your oil journey. This is a great reference book. It has where you can look up by oil or by ailment. It has different DIY recipes. All of those things are included in this book, and it's going to be something that you will refer to a lot. So I'm going to give away a book to someone tonight. I'm going to, after I get off, I'm going to post the enrollment kits, and I'm going to post the winner of the book. So I hope that this has been helpful. I'm glad that you all commented and were engaged. I love answering your questions. And if anything else comes up, please just feel free to comment. If there was somebody that you want to add because you're like, wow, they would love this information, you can add them to this event, and you can tag them in under this video. It'll be posted here, and they can watch the recording and if that's something that you feel like they would like. So again, thank you for joining, and just get with whoever added you, and we'll be glad to help you. That's what we're here for. So thank you, ladies, and I will see you later. Have a great night. Bye.